welcome to today's news. I'm Catherine Banks.
And I'm Jacob Phillips. Today's main story looks into the collapse of the News of the World.
For those who don't know who the News of the World are, here's a brief introduction.
In 1843, John Bramwell founded the News of the World.
The company was then sold to Mr. Carr in 1891.
It reached its peak in 1950. In 1969, it was acquired by Rupert Murdoch, who turned it into a tabloid in 1984.
Since 2000, there have been several controversial issues and corporate governance failures associated with this paper.
In July 2011, the News of the World saw its final edition being printed, entitled Thank You and Goodbye. In
2005, the palace suspected Prince William's phone's voicemail of being hacked by the News of the World, as they reported on his knee injury, which had not been declared to anyone outside of the palace.
In 2007, Clive Goodman and private investigator Glenn Mulcair were arrested for illegal phone hacking. Recently, in July 2011, it was reported that News of the World had hacked the voicemail of Millie Dowler, deleting messages giving false hope to her friends and family and hindering the police investigation into her disappearance.
Now, to our exclusive interview with an ex-executive of the News of the World. So, what is being done now to prevent this from happening again in the future?
News Corporation have launched internal investigations into phone hacking at the News of the World, trying to establish what went wrong and how not to repeat the same mistakes. Rupert Murdoch did not take these allegations lightly and decided to close the paper over them. The police are also conducting an inquiry into illegal phone hacking to uncover who was behind it, putting the law into action. Not only are there internal police investigations, MPs believe society is owed the truth too, so are investigating the allegations through select committees.
Early in 1999, a News of the World reporter was arrested in connection to police bribery.
Later in 2000, Neville Thurbeck was on trial for bribing a police officer for information on people whose details were kept on confidential police computers. The police officer was Detective Constable Richard Farmer from the Hertfordshire Police.
In the trial, the prosecutor, Stephen Cramer, said that Farmer had made checks on the computer that were not relevant to any investigations he was on.
He also added that 36 stories published by the News of the World contained information provided by Farmer. Both Thurbeck and Farmer were found not guilty of conspiracy, as there was not enough evidence that Farmer had provided information or received payments.
More recent instances of police bribery occurred in 2011 when Jamie Pyatt, a reporter from The Sun, was arrested in connection with an allegation of inappropriate payment to a police officer. An email was discovered by News International, which makes reference to him paying a police officer in order to gain information.
Back to the interview. So, are there any investigations into this illegal activity?
Since this most recent event, the police have launched Elveden in order to uncover inappropriate payments to police. Since the beginning of the operation, it is discovered that payments in the region of £100,000 have been paid to around 3 to 5 officers from the Metropolitan Police. It is crucial for this investigation to restore public confidence in the police force and deal appropriately with the offenders.
Yeah. And has anything that has happened affected other News International papers and media as a whole?
There has been a loss of confidence in the media as a result of these discoveries at the News of the World. So, MPs have ordered a judge-led inquiry, the Leveson inquiry, into media ethics to try and restore confidence by creating new restrictions for media without destroying the freedom of the press.
Thank you for watching.
And goodbye.